hundreds in the Basque region of France, where my grandfather, John Marie Caduras, was born. He later emigrated to Beaumont.
Nope. Okay, good evening, everybody. We're ready to start our special joint meeting of the City Council, successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency, Public Finance Authority, Public Utility Authority, Housing Authority, Perris Joint Powers Authority, and Perris Community Economic Development Corporation of the City of Perris. It's Tuesday, April 23rd, 2019 at 6:30 p.m. Madam Clerk, can we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Rogers. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Magana.
Here.
Councilmember Corona. Here. Councilmember Rabb.
Here.
Mayor Vargas.
Here, thank you very much. Item 3 is our invocation, which will be led by Pastor Mark Ely of the Church of the New Covenant, followed by item number 4, which will be our Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Mayor Pro Tem Magana. Pastor Ely, you're up. You don't want to stand up? Oh, okay. Our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Councilwoman Rogers.
Let us pray, O gracious Almighty God, Creator of all that is. We come humbly before you at this hour as we begin the proceedings of the city of Perris, California. We invoke your mercy and your grace upon us and upon this city. We live in troubled times, but you have promised us peace that surpasses all understanding. We pray that you will give peace and wisdom to these officials that have been elected to carry out the work of the city. Teach us how to be obedient to your command, to make sure that all of our actions and all of our decisions glorify your creation, glorify your name. At this time, we pray that you will bless the proceedings of this evening and bless the decisions that are made here. Let them be in the fulfillment of your purpose in this city and in this place. In the name of Jesus the Christ, we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item 5 is our report on closed session. Mr. Q.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. City Council met in closed session on 2 items. First item is conference with real property negotiators pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.8. Properties APN 326072004. City negotiators, the city manager. Negotiating parties are Donald and Jacqueline Fenarali. Under negotiation, price and terms of payment. The second item was conference with legal counsel on potential litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D4, one potential case. Both items were discussed and direction was given to staff, but no reportable action was taken.
Thank you, Mr. Q. Item 6 is our presentations and announcements. 6A is the City of Perris Employee of the Quarter recognition for the first quarter of 2019. It's been introduced by our city manager.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, thank you. We do have our employee of the quarter, and here today to present will be Ryan Griffiths from our Development Service Department, and he's our representative for the Employee Recognition Committee.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council members. My name is Ryan Griffiths, and I'm here on behalf of the Employee Recognition Committee to present to you the employee of the first quarter of 2019. This employee has been with the city for 12 years and is the absolute backbone to her department. She shows dedication to her duties, promptness, and an amazing ability to multitask. And on top of that, she's the comic relief of the office. When she's not diligently working in the office, She's out salsa dancing and traveling to other countries. Everyone in her respective department relies on her in some way or another, and we all kind of realize this when she goes on vacation and the office starts to fall apart. This employee represents the absolute gold standard to what it means to be an excellent employee, and I'm proud to call her a colleague and a friend. Without further ado, the employee of the first quarter of 2019 is Sylvia Arvizu, Admin Tech 3.
Good evening, everyone. Wow, what a wonderful presentation. Thanks for introducing me, Ryan. I want to take this opportunity to thank all my coworkers. They are wonderful to work with. I also want to thank all the people that I work for, starting with planning commissioners, council members, a city mayor, planning and economic development, Dr. Grace Williams, planning manager, Kenneth Fung, and a very special thanks to my boss, assistant city manager, Clara Miramontes, and a super thank you to city manager, Mr. Richard Bermudez. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. God bless.
You guys want to go down and take a photo? Well, the next one doesn't require pictures. So we're going to have to go back down for the Queens.
Want to bring her up here and do it up here?
Oh,
Yeah, that might be. You know, if we move you guys in the back and then just.
Congratulations. Thank you for everything that you do for us. We're going to do it up here with the Queens. Okay. And we'll bring in Sylvia too.
Might be faster in general.
Okay, 6B is our presentation of the 2019 City of Perris Citywide Health Fair and Empowering Your Mind Youth Conference by Crystal Lopez, our Public Health Supervisor.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, City Council, and City staff. My name is Crystal Lopez, and I'm the Public Health Supervisor here at the City. I'm excited to invite you all to our upcoming health fair this Saturday, April 27th, from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. This year, we'll be offering our community free health screenings through our vendors and mobile units. We will have live music from Brothers Igniting Groove, as well as the California Military Institute Band. We will also host fun activities at our Kids Corner, in addition to our garden activities, and we'll be having fitness classes inside the Bob Glass Gym. This year, we'll be concluding our health fair with our opportunity drawings, where we will raffle off 60 bikes, 7 skateboards and scooters, alongside some grand prizes, including an Apple Watch and Disneyland tickets. This year, we partnered again with Perris Elementary School District for their 10th annual 5K fun run. However, this year it will be a fun color run. So they'll be having different color powdered stations throughout the race. We will be partnering with CR&R as well to ensure the success of this event and cleanup. Registration will begin at 7 a.m. on San Jacinto Avenue. The trot race will begin at 7:55 a.m., the 5K race at 8:15 a.m., and following with awards at 9:30 a.m. This year, we'll be utilizing the same fun run route that we did the previous 2 years, and we ensured that the surrounding neighborhoods, apartments were aware of the route closures, and then we will also be opening Patriot Lane if there's anyone that wants to park for easy access the morning of the race. This year, we'll be debuting Phase 2 expansion of Perris Green City Farm. We'll be hosting our Master Gardeners, seed germination, harvest donations, clay pot painting, as well as the Mayor's Salad Challenge. Lastly, I welcome you to participate at our fitness classes where we're going to host CrossFit, Tone Zone, and boot camp style trainings inside the Bulb Glass Gym. You can visit our stage to see some dance performances and our fitness competition where our Sheriff's Department and firefighters will continue the competition that we began at the Motlog Fitness Court this past October. So we're going to have the explorers compete to see who is the fittest. And lastly, of course, our raffles. I do want to give a special thank you to our sponsors. This year, we received the most amount of sponsorships with over $16,000 in-kind and monetary donations, as well as a special thank you to our volunteers, CAL FIRE, Perris Police Department, as well as CBU Public Health Club and CMI for their band and volunteers. Next, I will be introducing to you the Empowering Your Mind initiative and its first youth conference. We have expanded our Live Well Perris campaign to now include a mental health element through the Empowering Your Mind initiative. The Empowering Your Mind initiative will work towards increasing mental health awareness by reducing stigma in our community to empower individuals to create an environment conducive to healthy minds. Our initiative will be supported through programming, the first being the First Initiative's Youth Mental Health Conference, which will focus on topics such as stress, depression, suicide, self-esteem, and anxiety. Through our initiative, we hope to create a climate of compassion and normalize mental health. Next, I would like to introduce Ms. Wendy Romero. She is the CEO of Love for Life, and she's also been an intern with the city through her school, University of California, Riverside. Ms. Romero will provide you with more information about our upcoming conference.
Thank you, Crystal. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, and city staff. Tonight, I am here to cordially invite you to the 2019 Empowering Your Mind Youth Conference on Saturday, May 11 from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at City Hall campus. To kick off this initiative, the City of Perris, in partnership with Love for Life Association, will be hosting its first Youth Mental Health Conference. This event will provide our local youth the opportunity to engage with keynote speaker and YouTuber Richard Kuhl, participate in educational workshop sessions, and conclude with the Resource Festival. Registration is open for participants of ages 13 to 18 through Eventbrite. I look forward to seeing you at the event, and thank you for helping us make a difference.
And next, to give a little bit more information about our Empowering Your Mind initiative, I wanted to share a video with you.
Live Well Perris began as a campaign to promote healthier lifestyle for Perris residents. We have focused on providing free activities to engage residents through our workouts in the park, yoga in the garden, and our Chef in the Garden nutrition class.
However, we knew we needed to expand the elements to include a mental health element under the Live Well Perris initiative, which is why we have now incorporated the Empowering Your Mind initiative.
The Empowering Your Mind initiative will work towards increasing mental health awareness to reduce the stigma surrounding mental health, create a climate of compassion, empathy, and support the promotion of a healthy mind in the community. This initiative will bridge the resources within our community to increase mental health awareness and develop programming that supports a healthy community.
Everyone has been impacted by mental health throughout their journey we call life. That is why it's so important for us to incorporate mental health into our Live Well Perris campaign. In doing so, we are able to address wellness as a whole, focusing on a healthy mind as well as a healthy body.
As a community and as city leaders, we can reduce the stigma of mental health first by talking about it,
by sharing our local and available resources,
by increasing awareness of mental health topics such as anxiety, stress, and depression.
By partnering with professionals and experts in the field, we are ensuring that our Perris residents are receiving quality and reliable information.
And by creating and supporting programs geared towards increasing support for our community and reducing their risk factors through our Empowering Your Mind initiative.
We will kick off this initiative on Saturday, May 11th, as we present in partnership with Love for Life Association, the first Empowering Your Mind Youth Conference.
The conference is free and it will feature interactive workshops, motivational guest speakers, health vendors, free food, and giveaways.
This conference will focus on increasing mental health awareness so we can continue to bring empathy, compassion, and awareness to the Perris community.
We are ready to end the stigma on mental health. Join us and be part of the solution.
Thank you so much for your time. We are looking forward to another successful health fair and a successful first Youth Mental Health Conference. Do you have any questions?
Council, any questions? I think you're good to go.
Thank you.
Great presentation. Thank you.
We got gifts.
What's that? Oh, now they're going to expect me to work out.
It's a muscle shirt.
So while we're doing that, I'm going to switch around presentation C and D so we can let the veterans, or Sons of Legion, do their presentation. Then we can bring up the Queens and we can do our photo shoot in the back here, and then bring back our Employee of the Month so we can, Employee of the Quarter, so we can get a picture here so we can get Councilwoman Rogers in our photos. Thank you. The pink one is not mine, no.
I think it might be mine.
You're so funny. Okay, very good. Okay, so sponsorship recognition for the Veterans Day event. This will be presented by Mark Yarbrough, the commander of the Sons of the Legion, American Legion, excuse me. Sorry to pull you off guard there, Commander.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, staff, and public. My name is Mark Yarbrough, and I'm currently serving as the commander for the Sons of the American Legion here at Perris Post 595. And tonight we're presenting awards for the sponsors that stepped up for our event last year. We kind of got a late start. We had somebody that was tasked to do this. There were some health issues and it went back and forth, but we wanted to make sure that we recognize the sponsors, because without them, as you know, it'd be impossible to do. Our event was actually, it was very interesting because the city has always had a parade for Veterans Day parade, and it's usually off a weekend from all the other events that take place, because I think the mentality is we really didn't want to go head to head with everybody else. We have a lot of veterans here going all the way back to the Civil War that are buried right here in Perris, and a lot of people don't realize that. So it's a small parade, but it's our parade, and it's always nice. But we wanted to do something to enhance that, so we had worked together with a number of groups and decided to put a Veterans Day celebration together. So, and what we did is we just simply piggybacked right after the parade, brought it down here to the campus, and then we had music, food, vendors, car show, motorcycle, and it was literally seamless. A lot of people thought it was just one event. It was actually two, but it made for a very nice day. So with that, I'd like to do a presentation, and then I only have one request. I'd spoken to the mayor earlier about this. One of the issues that we had last year was that the parade date hadn't been set up until about 8 or 9 weeks before the event. So we had 8 weeks to plan the whole event and raise the money and do everything. My request simply is that if you're satisfied with the event as it went off, we would like to be able to do a second annual event in conjunction with your parade, and that'll give us about 6 months of planning and fundraising, and it'll be even better than it was. So with the exception of we had a few glitchy things happen, There was no electricity on the campus, which we come to find out that there's issues with homeless, and they'll tap right in. And when they were setting up the band, that's when they realized we had no power. The drummer had no issue, but everybody else was in a panic. We know why we have to lock the chemical toilets that are delivered at night before, although that becomes a problem. And then one of my overzealous volunteers actually kicked the city manager out of a parking area where he was not supposed to park, and then he ended up losing his phone. But I've served with Richard for a long time, and we appreciate his flexibility. So we had some great volunteers, and that's the strength of any organization. So that would be my only request, is if we could set a date in the immediate future for that. I think we're talking about November 2nd would be that date, and that'll allow us to simply start the planning process, work with everybody, and get everything going. So with that, I have some people that are with me I'd like to introduce before we give out the awards. Past commander of the Post 595, Michael Weir, and former planning commissioner, and his wife Mary. If you'd come up and join me, please. Past Sons commander, Bruce Allen. Lynn Durbin, Air Force veteran, and she's also a member of the Legion and the VFW. And my wife Shelley, who's a former board trustee with Valverde, and she'll be accepting one of the sponsorship awards tonight. So with that, we have a few other people that are coming up, but at this time, if Mayor and the council, you'd like to come down and accept the award that we have, and then we'll present the rest of them. And I promised you a short, sweet presentation, so we're going to keep it that way.
I know that, guys. Sorry. No, Mayor, bring it there first.
So do we have anyone from CR&R here? CR&R, if you'd come up. And Joshua Nagar, come on up.
You want to sing now?
And we need a representative from Tri-Lakes. I know who that's going to be.
Tri-Lakes.
And Al Sharon Winder.
Where's Judah? Hey, how are you? Nice. Good to see you.
And John Mott.
I know.
Okay, the first award is going to the City of Perris. We thank you for your generous sponsorship. We appreciate the support that you gave us on our first American Legion Post 595 Veterans Day event. Without the, we talked about doing it downtown, but doing it here at the campus just made sense to have the parade stop here, and then the celebration continues. So with that, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do however you want to do it. John Mott. Thank you for your generous sponsorship. Appreciate your effort for making the Veterans Day event very successful. And also, we have, if you could pass these on, because I wasn't able to get hold of them, I have a certificate of appreciation from Maria Matthew and Sean Broderick. And many of you know Maria. She was Parks and Rec staff here for many years, and nobody can plan an event like Maria. So she was critical in making us go. And then Sean actually ran the booth here for us. So, and then of course, John not only was a sponsor, he brought 3 cars, and thank you so much, John.
Okay. She'll like that. Thank you very much. Great.
Thank you.
That's great.
Joshua Nagar. Tri-Lakes Consultant. Al Shinewinder. Mike and Mary Weir. Thank you, guys. And I also have a certificate of appreciation, if you can get this to the band, Opportunity Rocks. They were amazing. They did the event for free, and they just did a great job. So if you can give that to them, we'd appreciate it. We're looking forward to having them back next year. But thank you for all your help, Mike. CRNR? Thank you so much. And CRNR, they've, for years and years, they've done so much for this community. It's just amazing. Anything I ever called them for and asked them for, it was not, can we do it? It's what do you need? So thank you. VFW Post 888. Thank you, Lynn. And then Champion Automotive of Perris.
Hey, where is he?
That's her. Thank you, sweetie.
Hey,
She gets it. That's the CEO. She's trying to keep up with it.
Chambers.
Okay, and with that, I'd like to thank you. We're going to start our planning process. We have about 6 months. We'll be contacting everybody. Basically what we did last year, only a little better, and we invite everybody. And also, I know you have an event on Saturday, but John is having his annual Mott Big Barn event, car show. So when you're done getting healthy here, you can go over to the car show on 74 at John's Museum. But thank you. Thank you so much to everybody for all your help. It wasn't even an effort to work with staff. Everybody was just great, so as usual, and it makes it easy. So thank you, everybody.
All right, let's get together here.
Why don't we get a picture of the council first, and then we'll get everybody together real quick. How's that sound?
Get out of the way.
You're going to be in it?
Sure.
All right. I might have to take a knee down. Is that everyone? I didn't play stuff.
And Mark, you have your dates, November 2nd.
Excellent. Thank you.
And I got the awards down there. Okay, thanks. Okay, 6C is our presentation of the 2019 certificates to the Miss Perris Valley, Sierra Avila, and Miss Teen Perris Valley, Maria Flores. And I believe, where's Mr. Saras?
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council. My name is Miguel Saras. I'm the Executive Director for the Valley Queen Scholarship Foundation. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that has recently, in the last couple of years, acquired Miss Perris Valley, which has been a tradition in the Perris community since 1960, believe it or not. And we're very excited and honored to share with you your 2019 Miss Perris Valley. But before I introduce them, I would like to extend a recognition and a sincere appreciation to your outgoing 2018 Miss Perris Valley, Jenny Penaloza, who's sitting in the back. And then also your outgoing Miss Teen Perris Valley 2018, Alize Vega, who as well is sitting in the back. I'm sure you've seen these two young women heavily involved in community events, and that's really what our program encompasses and focuses on is community service first and foremost. And then secondly, providing our young ladies scholarship assistance for higher education goals. So on April 14th, we were excited to host a joint combination of the Miss Moreno Valley Scholarship Program and the Miss Perris Valley Scholarship Pageant. Actually, it's a pageant is the old term that I absolutely hate using, I'll be honest with you. We refer to it as a competition, and we're excited to announce your 2019 title holders, Miss Sierra Avila, who is Miss Perris Valley, and Miss Maria Flores, who will serve as Miss Teen Perris Valley.
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Sierra Avila, and I am the current Miss Perris Valley. I attend Orange Vista High School, and I am 17 years old.
Hello everyone. I am Maria Flores. I'm your new Miss Teen Perris Valley. I am a junior at Orange Vista High School, and I am excited to see more of you guys within the year. So thank you.
We appreciate the continued support of our organization and empowering young women to, again, first and foremost, participate in community service and really getting engaged. So on behalf of our organization, we'd like to thank City Council for their support and city officials for their continued support. So we invite you to come and take a picture so we can post that on our social media.
We're actually going to do it up here so that Ms. Rogers can be involved
Absolutely.
too. Let me read off these certificates while they're still down there. The first one is for Sierra Avila, Miss Perris Valley 2019. May it be known that the mayor and the city council of the city of Perris hereby recognize Miss Perris Valley 2019, Sierra, are we saying that right? Yeah. Sierra Avila for her dedication and unwavering commitment to her community. Your efforts are commendable and great credit to yourself and the city of Perris. And then also for Maria Flores, Miss Teen Perris Valley 2019, may it be known that the mayor and the city council of the city of Perris hereby recognizes Miss Teen Perris Valley 2019, Maria Flores, for her dedication and unwavering commitment to her community. Your efforts are commendable and a great credit to yourself and the city of Perris. So if you've been monitoring social media and what have you for the last year, our last outgoing Miss Teen Perris and Miss Perris, they were everywhere. So in fact, it's unusual to catch them tonight without wearing a crown. This is our first time seeing them without a crown. So we challenge you. I will meet with you and your team mom. I don't know what we gotta give her a name, Miguel. Director. Okay. We'll sit down. You're gonna meet with the mayor. We're gonna have some coffee and we're gonna talk about what you just got yourself involved in for the next year, okay? So if you come on up, we'll take a photo. Miguel, you're welcome to come up too. If there's any parents, we normally tackle you if you come behind the dais, but we're going to let you come forward so you can take a picture as well. Good right here like this? It's your first paparazzi. Good? Got one more. You got it? You sure? Thank you so much. And next time you gotta wear flats. Thank you. This one in the men's work.
You guys are really bad. It's adjusted.
Find out when to sit down. Where's yours?
Oh.
Oh, we're supposed to do, so sit down. Sylvia, come on up. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm not going to sit down yet.
No.
We should just. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I just totally forgot.
We got it. But I was hoping for support.
Oh, that would be all your fault there. Come on in. Get that back to Sylvia. Oh, Sylvia, we can get back to him. Okay, sure that's it, right? Yes. Okay, council, anybody want to make a comment? Anybody? Let me know. Councilman Corona?
Yeah, I just want to give a special congratulations to Sylvia for doing a very professional job. Every time I see you, you're just always very professional in your job, and you are doing your job well, and we're lucky to have you. For the I'm sorry, the prince, not princesses, queens. The queens. I just want to tell the new queens, Sierra and Maria Flores, congratulations. It'll be a very eventful year, but I definitely, as stated before, I definitely want to give another thank you to our outgoing queens. Both of them I've known since they were freshmen in high school. But they've done a tremendous job. Jenny has been busy at UCR as a student over there. And Alize, I mean, she went to so many events. I don't know how she was like in 5 different places, but she did a tremendous job. I haven't really been a huge fan of the whole Queen thing, but after seeing this last year, I definitely see the purpose of it. It's definitely positive for the city. It's positive for the young ladies. It's a role model to other young women as well too. So I just want to thank you and congratulations to the incoming queens. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, again, congratulations to the new queens. You have some big shoes to fill. Congratulations to our outgoing queens. It's going to take a while to get used to not seeing you without your crowns. You guys were at a lot of events, and in particular Alize as well. She was my right-hand person every time we went to events, and then for a while there, she started going to events that I wasn't even aware of, and I said, how did you know about that one? So we were competing against each other, so it was a really, really good festive year. So these girls, it's going to be a ride for you, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Sylvia, she left. Congratulations, Sylvia. She does do a good job. I've known her since I was a public safety commissioner, which goes back to 2007. And she does do a tremendous job, and I know she's well appreciated by all staff, that everybody that she's associated when it comes to her work that she does in the planning department or economic development. Okay, that'll move us on to item number 7. It's our approval of minutes. If there are no comments or concerns or questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve. A motion by Councilman Rabb, second by Councilwoman Rogers. Call the vote.
By vote, motion approved.
Thank you. Item A is our consent calendar. I believe we did get a letter, Mr. City Manager.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of council, we did receive a letter in regards to item B. The item, it was a letter received from Ms. Eileen Flores from Southern California Edison, and it was actually an email correspondence that we distributed to all of you at the dais.
D as in David?
B as in boy.
B as in boy. Oh, there it is. Gotcha. Thank you. Okay, if no one has anything to pull, I'll entertain a motion to approve. A motion by Councilman Rabb, second by Councilman Corona. Call the vote.
By vote, motion approved.
Thank you. Item 9 is our public hearings. We have no public hearings. Item 10, business items. We have none. Item 11 is our public comment, citizen participation. Madam Clerk, do we have any requests to speak?
Yes, sir. Michael Weir?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, City Council, City staff, and the public. My name is Michael Weir. I am the past commander of the American Legion Post 595. And this last Saturday, Rita, we missed you. Yeah, we had a great turnout for our Law and Order dinner. Thank you, Mayor, for coming. We honored 3 of our police department officers and 2 CHP, 1 in memoriam, and then also 1 fire captain from Perris who is now in Moreno Valley. And it was a good turnout. The event went really well. What I'm here tonight to tell you is I gave each of you a challenge coin.
Yes, you did.
That's it. Challenge coins are what the military uses a lot, so we pass them around and we collect them. That's our challenge coin for this year for our post, which is turning 75 years old in July. We turned 75 July 24th. So on July 20th, we are planning a bash at the post. I'm in the works of trying to get it all done. Between now and then, I have a lot going on because I'm running for 5th Area Vice Commander for the state. So it's a lot on the plate, but I'm going to get it done. We're going to have bands, food, and we're just going to have a good time. A car show, bike show. And so I'm in the works of getting all that put together. But we invite you guys to it, and we're inviting the public to it to enjoy. It's a way to celebrate our post. It's been here for 75 years. It's been up and down, up and down. Some years it goes down, and we're sitting there saying, what are we going to do? And it always comes back. So if there's any veterans out there, come down and enjoy the post. Enjoy it. That's what we're there for. We're there to help the vets. Mr. Vet. He knows. So I've been after him since he's been on the council to come over down and join the post, and he should, but he will when he's ready. We're there to help vets, strictly. We're there to help the community. We have events we try to put together to make sure the community knows what we're doing. There's a lot of people out there who don't know anything about the American Legion. American Legion turned 100 years old this year. So we've done pretty good. We came 25 years later, and we've been around this city for a long time. So come out and enjoy us. We have steak dinners, we have breakfast, we do everything. So come down and enjoy your post. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
William Johnson?
Mayor Vargas and council members. I've been a resident of Perris for 20 years now this year, and I live on Orange Avenue. A year ago, last July 4th, the fireworks got totally out of control in our area. And my neighbor, one neighbor, he spent all night out with a garden hose out behind his house. They have a new home, and it's very nice. The lady that lives on the other side of me, she hid in her bedroom. She's 78 years. She was 78 last year. A year before last. Anyway, last year it was even worse. And last 4th of July at 9:30 approximately, there was a fire in the corner of my house because one of my neighbors allowed their teenage boy to shoot off fireworks in the middle of the street over the top of one of my neighbor's houses, the man that had the garden hose out, and he was out again last year. And it landed next to my house, the embers, and it started a bush on fire. I called the 911, fire department came out. But by the time, and they came out in just a couple of minutes too. By the time they got there, I had a garden hose already out there, the water running, and I got it out. It was just a bush next to my house. So my house did not actually start on fire, but had I not been out there, it would have. My question is there a law here in Perris? I know Riverside County, it is illegal to have personal fireworks. And in my area, this has gotten way out of control. Something needs to be done. If Perris has a fine, then please let me know if they do. And if it's below 4 figures, then it's not adequate. Pomona has, I think it's either $2,000 or $3,000 fine. Corona last year has a $2,000 fine. And I'm just asking, I'm begging the City Council and Mayor Vargas to please act on this. And if there is a fine, then please put people out there that will enforce it this 4th of July. I'm begging you, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Our chief is in the back, and he'll be more than happy to speak with you and inform you about the laws that we have.
I'm sorry.
Our chief of police is in the back room. He'll be talking to you shortly to assure you that we do have laws regarding fireworks.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I ask that you have enforced them this year.
Thank you.
That is all.
Thank you. Is anybody else at this time wishing to speak on any matter? Hearing or seeing none, we will move on to item number 12, council communication. Councilman Reb?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Vargas. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I'd like to thank the American Legion for putting on a wonderful event this past November. I'd like to thank Mr. Johnson for coming out and expressing his concerns. I searched the municipal code our municipal code for the city. Chapter 7.12 deals with fireworks and makes the use of fireworks within the city of Perris a misdemeanor. We may want to look into also attaching a fine or our own particular fee for the fireworks. I know with my dealings in San Bernardino County, some of the cities, they have their own police forces and they charge people with the misdemeanor. And a lot of times when the cases make their way on up to the Superior Court, the person ends up pleading out to an infraction, which is basically a parking ticket, a traffic citation, something along those lines. So if we can revisit our ordinance dealing with fireworks to attach a fine, a steep fine with that. And if we can also work with the sheriff to get code enforcement out there, this not even just on July 4th, but the weekend preceding July 4th. And since July 4th is on a Thursday, the Friday, the Saturday, and it's kind of expanded throughout the whole year where people are lighting fireworks in March and February and all kinds of, there's Columbus Day, someone's lighting a firework, or New Year's Eve, people are lighting fireworks. So if we can get with the sheriffs to ensure that we have enforcement of that, with all the rain that we had this last year, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of brush in the area. So that's my only comment for today. Thank you for everyone for coming out tonight.
Thank you, Councilman Corona.
Okay, I appreciate that. To echo my colleagues, if we could also begin to start the PSAs pretty soon with regards to fires. Maybe bring the I know it seems like every year we bring the fire department over here so that they could kind of let our public know and just do a public outreach to that. Well, I'm just very excited about this weekend. It's gonna be a very, very busy weekend, especially with the health fair. It seems like our staff is already well organized, and I'm looking forward to it. It seems so. I just want to encourage our entire city. If you're not doing anything this Saturday, come out to the health fair. It's just a great event. And during the same day, for those who want to do it, there's a 5K before that. And Mr. Mott was having his car thing, and I believe at the the Southern California Railroad Museum, they're having a tamale festival. So a very busy day, but it's going to be a great day for the city of Perris. The RTA, which I'm on the board of directors there, they are hiring for coach operators and other positions. So if you're looking for a career in RTA, and if you have the patience of dealing with people, and the personality for it, go on their website and see if it could work out for you. But they're hiring more for personality than for actually driving, because that's very important when you're driving a public transportation. I also want to remind the high school seniors. I should have reminded them at last meeting, but it's never too late. There are still several scholarships that are still available. Keep applying. I am for the third time. I'm going to be giving out the the Councilman Malcolm Corona Scholarship for our local high schools. So Perris High School, Heritage High School, if you live in the city of Perris, and for the first time ever, because they're going to have a brand new senior class, Orange Vista High School. So if you go to there, I've already contacted their all those schools, their college and career coordinators. So go ahead and just stop by, get an application, and you have a chance to win $500. So last thing, because our next meeting is going to be after Mother's Day, I just want to wish my colleague, Councilman Rogers, City Clerk Nancy Salazar, Directors Carlos and Dr. Williams, and Assistant City Manager Mir Montes, and I see Saida's here, and Miss Hani is also here, and all the city staff, and pretty much all of the mothers in the entire city of Perris. I want to wish you a very happy Mother's Day. I see my mom's here. I should wish her happy Mother's Day too, right?
You're a little late on that one. You blew that one too, Malcolm.
Well, I'm going to wish you a happy Mother's Day on Mother's Day. So I want to wish you a very happy Mother's Day for all the mothers out there in the city of Perris. I hope you spend it exactly how you want to, whether it's with your family or in my wife's case, she likes to just spend it all alone. So I want to wish you all a happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
Duly noted. Ms. Corona will send you a copy of that tape. Councilwoman Rita Rogers.
All right. Councilmember Corona, remember, mom is always number one. You start with mom and you finish with mom. She gave you life and through a lot of pain too. So mom is always number one. But thank you for those well wishes. It's a special day for us moms, and being a mom, a grandma, and a great grandma is really special. It's the best part of my life. But I am looking forward to the wonderful Saturday festivities that we'll have right here on campus. And it's a wonderful activity for the whole family. Lots of fun things for the kids to do. I'm sure the sheriff's posse will be out with the horses, and lots of booths and lots of things to participate in. And then afterwards, you can either go and look at the cars or definitely stop by and get those good tamales. So we'll have a fun weekend here in Perris this coming Saturday. Thank you so much. And the reason I didn't go down today is because I unfortunately pulled a tendon behind my knee, and I'm staying off of it and can't do the steps right now. So thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor. So I'd like to start off by sharing that I attended the Perris Menifee Valley Student of the Month along with our city clerks. So it was great to attend on behalf of City Council and present the awardees for the month. I'd also like to share that I attended the Valverde Unified School District Family Engagement Symposium, which was very well attended. So it's great to witness faculty, educators, and families working together to support learning for our students, which benefits us all. And then also a big thank you to city staff. I know it's a busy time preparing events for us. And so as residents, I encourage you to come out and take advantage of these great events. Especially the mental health event. That's something that I feel is really important. The same way we don't frown upon somebody for going to the gym or going for a run to improve their physical well-being, we should also be supportive of those who are in need of mental health and feel confident to reach out for support whenever they need it. A death in your family, the loss of a job, all of that affects your mental health well-being. So it's important to make sure that you're okay and check yourself and get help whenever you need it. And lastly, a special happy Mother's Day for all the hardworking mamas out there, and especially un feliz Día de las Madres para mi mamá. And that concludes my council communications. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody was quick. Now I'm going to be long. So as Mayor Pro Tem indicated, we both hit the Student of the Month. She picked up the south end of Perris. I picked up the north end. This is the last one, so the next one is the big one for the Student of the Year awards. On Wednesday the 10th, myself, Councilman Corona, Councilman Rab, City Manager Belmudez, Assistant City Manager Clara Miramontes. We attended the Riverside County Sheriff's Department Annual Awards. And just to give a shout out for our team, Perris Station, the Medal of Merit went to Sergeant Aaron Avila, Master Investigator for Thomas Salisbury, Investigator Brett Rooker, Deputies Daniel Brown, Manuel Campos, Anthony Colas, Kevin Ogden, and this was all in reference to the unfortunate Turpin case that we had here in Perris. In addition, we had the Life Saving Medal awards go to Deputies Roger Doyle, Louis Kerr, and Frank Rice. And that was it from the Perris Station, but that's so far in the last couple of years, we've been getting awards for our deputies out there who protect us on a daily basis. Perris High School senior interviews, it's always a cool thing to do. Malcolm, Councilman Corona was also there as well, helping out, giving interviews with the students. We had, I went to the Exceed Job Fair, that's powering adults with disabilities with job skills training. They have a facility right here in Perris on Trumbull Road, which is right next to Eastern Municipal Water District. They had a pretty successful job fair. What they do is equivalent to what we do at PALS, which is a Perris Unified High School District, or Perris Union High School District. That's Pathways for Adult Learning, and Bridges to Adulthood. That's the Valverde side. These are putting our young adults with into the workforce, and these are adults with disabilities. So it's a really great program. Once they're done with the school level one, which generally ends around the age of 22, then they can continue on to the Exceed program, which there is no age limit. So it's a really good program. Valverde Unified put on a good Special Olympics, over 500 participants. I had staff from our community services went along with me to see what and how they did, so we can try to facilitate some type of programs maybe here in the city of Perris as well. Perris Valley Filipino American Association, I keep bragging about this. This was their Pasayao. I had Councilman Corona and Councilman Rab attended with me. Pasayao is their birthday celebration. They do it quarterly, to the extent that they have a luchan there. That's a full roasted pig. Anyway, I can't need to say no more that the Filipino food, it's really a great party. So that's the Perris Valley Filipino American Association. You gotta look them up. Our SALs, that's the Sons of American Legion breakfast. It's usually on the last Sunday of the month. This year we had to bump it up because of Easter Sunday, but that's always a good breakfast there too. Quick pitch competition judge. That's kind of like that Shark Tank. This was done and supported by the Riverside County, and it was done at in the city of Temecula. Dr. Grace Williams was involved in helping them, and along with Michelle Ogawa, and I was a judge for that. It was a really pretty cool event, and it's going to go from there to the finals in the County of Riverside in May. And then we had another awards for our law enforcement that Mr. Rear already mentioned at the American Legion Post 595 Law and Order Awards dinner. And basically, it was at the he wasn't mentioned in the county department one, but Perris Station Deputy David Thomas received the Deputy of the Year award. A very good friend of mine. I worked with him in LA when we worked together before he transferred out to Riverside. This is his second time earning a Deputy of the Year. He's a really outstanding officer. The Investigator of the Year went to the Master Investigator Thomas Salisbury from the Turpin case. And then, as Mr. Rear indicated, the Firefighter of the Year was from Perris Station 90, Captain Kevin Fortney, who's now up in Moreno Valley. And then, on behalf of the Mayor and the City Council, I issued a certificate to the Lycon family in memoriam of CHP Sergeant Steve Lycon, who paid the ultimate sacrifice on April 6, 2019. Today, your very own mayor went to Orange Vista High School and threw the first pitch for senior day, and I actually made it over the plate. Thank you. From the mound, I might say, too. Okay, so that's, then of course, the segment, I think we should call it this way: 5K run to get your exercise in, health fair to get your heart rate check, go see a few cars, and then come and eat a bunch of tamales. That's a good lineup right there. The Saturday, the 27th. Staff, there's been a lot of conversation about sweeping around the curbed medians. What I mean by that is the raised curb medians, not the flat ones, obviously. I brought this up before to staff regarding looking into adopt a street program, in particular around our industrial areas. So we continue to look into that. Maybe that's one way we can work on our curb medians in the industrial areas. But we really do need to maybe look into discussing it with CC&R and see what the cost might be and bring it back to the council, or maybe just give a report on a biweekly communication. That's all I have on here. Okay. We'll move on to, I did have one more. Streetlights, because I didn't get to write it in the app yet. The center lights, Mr. Hartwell, from First Street, south of First Street, the first three center lights that hang in the middle of the street, they're out. And then a numerous amount of our ballards, I think all our ballards lit on the downtown area, just the intersections. So we can check on those. I know the one that's missing, that's been missing for a while, the other side, none of those are lit up at night. So I don't know if they're supposed to be or not.
I checked on those this week. They'll be here hopefully this week. They're on order because they're special order and they have lights on the top. Unlike some of the others, are just the bollard style.
Right.
Those actually have lights. So as soon as they come in, we'll get them replaced. Get the wired.
And then just follow up the ones that in the corner that should be lit because they're not lighting up at night, if they're supposed to be.
Will do.
Thank you. Okay. Item 13, City Manager's Report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Several of the items been mentioned, but once again, we do have the health fair this Saturday. We invite the entire public. We are also starting our concerts in the park. So the first one will be May 3rd at Mikado Park, 6 p.m., which the public is invited to. And you also heard about the Empowering Your Mind conference on May 11th, which we invite the youth to participate. This evening, the City Council approved the contract for lifeguards for the aquatics lessons or aquatics programs in the summer. Registration for swim lessons will begin Wednesday, May 1st, and those are popular items, so we invite everybody to participate. And then finally, you also approved the action to have the April 30th meeting tonight instead of April 30th. So for the record, the April 30th City Council meeting will be canceled. And that concludes my report, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, if nobody has anything further, we will go to item 14, our adjournment. Thank you, everybody, for coming out this evening, and thank you to all our viewers at home.
I didn't even pack anything today. Yeah, I know.